He knew what people wanted, he knew what he expected of players.
And he just changed it because that's what he believed in. But it wasn't a massive change. And in many ways, it was a good change because it kind of changed with the times.
In his first season as player-manager, Kenny led Liverpool to the double, even scoring the goal that sealed the title.
I've been at Watford for 6 years.
Oh, lovely skill.
I was playing for England, I was doing well, but Graham Taylor said to me at a very young age, I'll tell you when it's time to go, and I'll tell you where you should be going. So when Liverpool came in, he said to me, Liverpool have come in, that's the club for you, you're going to Liverpool.
It's been made very easy for myself, Peter Beardsley, Ray Houghton. Any of the new players that have come in, it's just been made easy for us.
John Barnes joined Peter Beardsley and John Aldridge in Liverpool's new front line for the 87-88 season. They played scintillating football.
Look at that here. They're waiting for the ball back. Beardsley! Aldridge is there. Aldridge!
I mean, the wonder of watching John Barnes, he was just extraordinary.
He's got Beardsley going to his left, but still Barnes!
The biggest figure in the culture of the city was John Barnes, a proud black man from Jamaica. It broke down a load of barriers.
Those few years were just amazing. Yeah, we were very spoilt.
Liverpool cruised to the title, winning it by 9 points. Both on and off the pitch, the team were really on song.
Liverpool FC is hard as hell. United, Tottenham, Arsenal. Watch my lips and I will spell. Cause they don't just play, but they can rap as well.
Every time there was a cup final, there was a song. And we wanted to do something a bit different, so we used it as an excuse to go to a nightclub called Quadrant Park, dress up as rappers.
Is this the real John Barnes we're seeing?
This is the real John Barnes. I'm a bit conservative when I first came to Liverpool, but this is me now.
So we were there from 12 o'clock, and by the time we just about finishing it, it was opening to the public because it's a rave club. So because we were dressed like that, we said we might as well just stay and enjoy ourselves. So we stayed, and some people went home, some people stayed at the club, and of course with all the alcohol there, we enjoyed ourselves thoroughly. Even Kenny was on the video. He just went, oh, as if the song wasn't great, it stunk. And that's all you could get Kenny to do, because we wanted Kenny to be involved, but Kenny was the one who was going, no, I'm not doing that.
I think they should stick to playing football. Terrible. What do you think, Kenny?
Oh, yeah.
Liverpool had wrapped up the title and wrapped their way to chart success. Now, they just needed an FA Cup to create a unique treble.
Sanchez was in there. That's a goal for Wimbledon. The crazy gang have beaten the culture club.
As giant killings go, this was a big one. But the following season, Liverpool did what they always did. Dusted themselves down and started again. It was a season no one will ever forget. One that changed Liverpool, both club and city, forever.
In the history of Liverpool, Hillsborough is unfortunately an important date. That day, 96 people died. People from Liverpool suffered, they were hurt.
It's difficult to explain to people. You go out and you go to a football match, and it's supposed to be fun.
The first inclination I got was two guys come on the pitch, and I go to them right away and said, "You guys in trouble here." And the guy looked at me and says, and you could tell the sadness in his eyes that he wasn't making up. He says, "Al, there's people dying in there."
And there are fans on the pitch here in the 6-yard area. The referee's going to have to stop the game. There's an overflow behind. police inspectors on the pitch.
The only time I was aware there was a problem, I've seen people pushed up against the fence and they looked so uncomfortable, and I was like, that doesn't look right.
Memories, you know, trying to pull people up to the other layer, and fans putting bodies onto hoardings and running across the pitch with them. Just transfixed really by the horror of it all.
It's been a black day for football. On a sunny afternoon at Hillsborough, Sheffield, no fewer than 93 football supporters died. On a day of such momentous tragedy, our sympathies go to the families of those concerned.
My son, who died at Hillsborough, he was a keen Liverpool supporter. It's the worst kind of grief that anyone can go through, is to lose a child.
We all thought about what's the point? What's the point of going to a football match if things like that are going to happen? A lot of us thought about possibly packing up, doing something else.
I think it had an enormous effect on the club and on individuals, particularly on Kenny, I think.
Kenny's face was, I can always see it, just the grief in his face. And he's carried that responsibility. I think he went to every funeral.
He had to be like a social worker. He wasn't trained for that. For Kenny personally, we owe a great debt because he was so comforting to all the families.
It was quite a scary moment when you know that these people whose loved ones have gone to a football match and are now dead. And this is, I don't know, 2 weeks later, probably not even that, where they're going to come. Because if that was me, I wouldn't want to go to a football stadium.
I still get emotional thinking of it. I thought it wasn't my place to meet Kenny. It was my son's place to have met Kenny. It wasn't my place. I didn't go to the football. James did. And